Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of the Mayor Hull Show, where we talk about the things going on around Rio Rancho. And let me tell you, we've got a lot of exciting things going on around Rio Rancho this time of year. The holiday season is upon us, and of course, that means we need to focus on shopping locally, and that's been a big thing. And so today, I've got two very special guests here today that are going to talk about shopping local. They represent two very important groups in Rio Rancho. And the first is Debbie Moore with the Rio Rancho Regional Chamber of Commerce. And then we have Mr. Bill Stanage from the Buy Rio Rancho organization as well. So Debbie and Bill, welcome to the Mayor Hull Show. And Debbie, you've been here on several occasions talking about different things that the Chamber does and talking about the great things that businesses do in Rio Rancho. So I guess we're going to open it up. Just tell us a little bit about yourself so everybody's familiar with who you are and what you do in Rio Rancho.
Well, I'm President and CEO of the Rio Rancho Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I'm thrilled to talk business.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Bill, Buy Rio Rancho, give us a little intro there.
Well, it's a group of local business people that got together that wanted to promote the idea of buying locally and supporting the small businesses within Rio Rancho.
Now, when you talk local for Rio Rancho, I know small businesses, they're the center of my attention, and really I'm passionate about small business. I was a small business owner at one point in time, but when we talk shopping local in Rio Rancho, what's the overall vision? What's the overall goal there with Rio Rancho?
Well, the bottom line is that if we can get everybody in Rio Rancho to concentrate to buy locally within the city limits, the gross receipts tax that's generated from those sales help pay for the police and fire department and help us improve the infrastructure of our city.
Great, great. And so really it's more about shopping within the boundaries of the city, looking for the things that we have within Rio Rancho that help us build on that economy and help us build on that quality of life. Exactly. So great. Well, Debbie, let me point a couple of questions towards you. How's the Chamber involved with the national, now we're going to talk about the National Small Business Shop Small initiative that's going on, and that's Shop Small Saturday. And I should have introed into that a little bit better, but on the Shop Small Saturday, this is a national initiative where we try to, after Black Friday, we have Shop Small Saturday, and that's where we try to focus on small businesses throughout the community to help them have a successful holiday sales season as well, and a little less focus on the national big boxes. But for Rio Rancho, the goal once again is identifying and recognizing some of the businesses that are throughout the community and how we can utilize them. And so how's the Chamber involved with the National Small Business Saturday Initiative, which takes place on Saturday, November 28th, which is that weekend following the Thanksgiving holiday. And why is it so important for residents to frequent the businesses in our community?
Well, I think you kind of touched on it already. It is truly an investment in our community for our children, for our grandchildren, for our great-grandchildren in the future, is those investment dollars that the shopper pays through the GRT really, pays for streets and police and fire and parks and rec and library and on it goes. So the power of that dollar invested in our local business community is a powerful tool for the future as we increase economic development wise, and it just continues to encourage the quality of life that we like.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, building the city and building the economy is great. It's great for the residents. It's great for the businesses. It's great for the community on that quality of life. But when we getting back away from the city side of it, what does this mean? You meet with the businesses day in and day out. I mean, that's your business, is meeting with businesses.
Right.
What does that mean to them when the city or the organizations like the Chamber or Buy Rio Rancho, what does it mean to them when they see these organizations focusing in on them and trying to help them? What is it? Tell me what their thought is.
you know, Mayor, I think that it validates the reason they're in business. And it validates their spirit of entrepreneurialism and that role that they play in our community, which I think is a powerful tool. Besides just paying their gross receipts, many of our small businesses, they're the heartbeat of our community. They're the ones that fund so many of our nonprofits and give back to our local schools. And they make it, to me, they're sort of like that glue that can really completes our community, that piece of the tapestry. So I think it means a lot for them, and they just feel very proud that they're a part of the whole bigger picture of Rio Rancho.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Bill, you're a small business owner in Rio Rancho, and you've been in Rio Rancho how many years now?
Since 1999.
1999. Wow, I didn't think you were that old. So anyway.
I was 12.
Okay, well, there you go.
Our youngest
So,
entrepreneur.
There you go. All right. Well, Bill, so you've been involved in the Buy Rio Rancho initiative as well, and I know that it's a group of small businesses. I know that you're working, trying to, with the chamber and some other organizations throughout the community to try to bring awareness of the different businesses throughout the community, help them be successful. And I know you're not only a leader in the Buy Rio Rancho initiative, but you're a member. Tell us a little bit about the Buy Rio Rancho initiative and what it means to the small businesses that are involved there.
Well, I'll start off with the comment that we wanted to make Rio Rancho the most business-friendly city in New Mexico. And the best way to do that is to build up our support of our already existing businesses. And so a group of us got together and started talking about how we can get people to think about buying locally rather than going somewhere else to spend their discretionary dollars. So the simplest process was, of course, we started putting signs all around Rio Rancho, talking about buying locally. We started off with Valentine's Day, then we had Mother's Day, and we kept on putting together all these campaigns. And what we found is that we saw the gross receipts tax revenue increase pretty much in tandem with what our efforts were, as simple as they were. So it was just a matter of reminding people, hey, instead of going somewhere else, go around the block and spend your dollars there.
Now, in your sign campaign, that's caught the attention of a lot of residents throughout the community, but I think the most impactful one that came out was the Heart campaign, which was the logo that we just saw. But recently you just had a contest for the sign campaign with the DECA organization out of Rio Rancho High School. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us a little bit about, I guess it's Hannah, our winner of that sign contest.
Well, it was really funny that we were thinking about how can we get more people involved, and of course DECA is a great organization that actually helps build young entrepreneurs. So when they come out of school, they've got the mindset they can make their own future in retail sales or wholesale sales. And so we approached them with the idea of working with us on the Buy Rio Rancho program. And so we came up with this idea, well, why don't you design our Christmas holiday sign to help people remind themselves to buy locally. And so I thought we'll probably have about 10 or 15 people put a sketch together. We had over 400 entries.
Nice.
And then it took us a while to go through them all. And of course, Hannah came out with the winning submission. Now there's second and third place are also featured on our Facebook page and other types of advertising we're doing, but Hannah's sign is going to be all over Rio Rancho here in a few days.
It's great. Now it's the gingerbread holding the Buy Rio Rancho sign.
And
now he's joking.
And I was the model.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great. Well, tell me how that ties to Shop Small Saturday. What's really Buy Rio Rancho's kind of vision there?
Well, we're the third largest city in the state, and we predominantly have small businesses. And so this ties in perfectly with the Buy Small program, because that's what we are. And with these signs out in front of the various office or buildings and different companies and stores, people will recognize that, and hopefully they'll come inside and spend their dollars there.
Great. So Shop Small Saturday has a major impact for all of the businesses throughout the community, and it seems like a great organization. I know that I've looked into some of the Shop Small information. We had a meeting on this as well with some local businesses. Debbie hosted a meeting with several of the businesses in the chamber to talk about the Shop Small initiative and get everybody ramped up on it. And it's a very exciting initiative where you can go out to shopsmall.com and grab up some free information, some free literature, some free things to give away, and where it helps you as a small business promote your business and get tied into that network. And so you had a very successful business meeting with some of the business owners. I was there. And tell us a little bit about how you felt like that meeting went.
Well, I felt like the enthusiasm was very high. They're all excited, and I encouraged them to host events and invite all their neighbors and friends, but also for the residents. I mean, they could have shopping parties early that morning on that Saturday and explore what's in Rio Rancho. We've got some great shops in Rio Rancho, and start off with a cup of coffee from Cafe Bella and go from there. But we're going to be posting some of the perhaps promotions on the Chamber's website and working with them to have a central place. I think some of them are going to have reciprocal discounts. If you take one receipt to another business, they'll give you a discount. But I think they're all hungry, literally for the business, but more that, just to be part of our community. And again, for us to validate as partners through Buy Rio Rancho, the city, and the Chamber of Commerce, that we're here to help them because we know the power that they bring back to our community and that influence they have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one is the topics that they were talking about was networking and talking to each other and creating opportunities, but also that educational piece of why this is so important to the city of Rio Rancho and building on our children's future. Shopping today, investing in tomorrow. All of those great slogans that they were coming up with. It just seemed very exciting. You're right. There was a real entrepreneurial spirit. Everybody was really excited to get going this holiday season and start selling and promoting the local opportunities.
The other thing, Ms. Miranda, that stood out in my mind as I've watched and observed the crowd this morning is that we had some that's not retail. They were very definitely service-driven, much like your industry. But you know, Bill's industry, he doesn't have retail, but he does have customers.
Right.
We had a dentist office represented this morning. They have customers. That's the key, is just getting everyone, no matter if it's a retail, storefront, home base, everyone just to get to your neighborhood, your neighbors, your friends, your customers, your clients, and just start echoing. It takes one person to make a change, and one person tells one person, and that's where I thought this morning was that we didn't just have the storefronts interested. We had service industries that typically may not be open on a Saturday, but they were interested in the power of investing their dollar back into our community.
Absolutely. Now, this initiative, I know it focuses around Shop Small Saturday, but I get the feeling it's more about more through the holiday season that both of your organizations are really trying to promote and push out, and not just a one-day flash in the pan type of scenario, but something that you're building that's long-lasting and has a residual and ongoing effect, if not a snowball effect.
Exactly, it's the launch. And then, you know, it's keeping those dollars local, shopping small, keeping them local, investing back in the community all the way through when the last light goes off on Christmas Eve and everyone goes home with their families. I mean, when you agree, I mean, I think that's the key, is that Saturday is just the beginning. And even, you know, if you're going to shop at a national chain on that Friday, please shop in Rio Rancho or Sandoval County, and let's keep it local, keep it real, keep it investing back into our community.
Now, you have a website where people can get hold of you. Why don't you go ahead and give us that website?
It's www.rrcc.org.
Okay, so 3 R's, 2
C's.org.
Okay, and a Facebook page? I'm big on the social media.
Rio Rancho Chamber.
Rio Rancho Chamber. So go out to Facebook and follow you on Rio Rancho Chamber, because we're going to see a lot of information on the Chamber Facebook page, on the website. Buy Rio Rancho Facebook page
is the Buy Rio Rancho Facebook page.
Okay, Buy Rio Rancho. I looked it up earlier. I believe it's Buy Rio Rancho, Grow Your Community.
That's it.
So for more information about what's going on with Buy Rio Rancho, and if people want to get, or businesses want to get involved in this, I'm assuming they can contact either of you.
You bet.
Right.
Okay.
And Buy Rio Rancho has a webpage too.
Okay.
Right.
It's buyriorancho.com.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got web pages. We've got Facebook pages, and they can send messages out to get there. Now, speaking of shopping local, we've got another thing that I just that my office launched just this past week. that'll be going on through the holiday season. And it's a Blue Christmas in Rio Rancho. Now, this is a really great initiative that we've just launched. And for those of you watching this, certainly encourage you to buy all of your Christmas lights in Rio Rancho and decorate and just make your houses look spectacular. But as I've said in the past, it's been a difficult year for law enforcement on a local level, and it's been at a national level throughout the country. We've seen some very difficult times in the law enforcement area. And so I thought it would be great. My office staff came together and we came up with this really tremendous idea to have a Blue Christmas here in Rio Rancho this year, where you can decorate either your entire house completely blue or just something significant like a tree or your door, or maybe your garage door in blue, to show our appreciation and our respect for our law enforcement here in Rio Rancho. We want to send a message out that they care, and so I, as the mayor of Rio Rancho, want to make sure that I invite everybody to get involved in the Blue Christmas and show your pride for law enforcement and public safety, not just only here in Rio Rancho, but regionally and across the country. Let Rio Rancho shine bright and blue this Christmas season, showing that we love them and we care for them and we respect them for sure. So we've got that going on as well this year that's going to really make Rio Rancho stand out. So we invite people to not only come up and drive around and look at the lights, but enjoy some of the local cuisine, whether it be at Joe's Pasta House or Prime or some of the and I always get in trouble here because I don't name everybody off, but we've got a lot of great restaurants throughout Rio Rancho that you can go and enjoy. So Bill, anything as we kind of get close to wrapping this up, anything more you can give us on Buy Rio Rancho?
Well, the big thing is that we keep forgetting we're the third largest city in the state. And if we can show people outside of Rio Rancho how well we support our local businesses, then I think more people will want to move into Rio Rancho with their businesses and help improve the quality of life in our city, give us more options, and give us more of a reason to stay on top of our hill.
Absolutely. Showing, I think it's vital that as we try to grow the economy, the more that we patronize the local stores, the outside stores see that we're doing that as a community, and we're saying, hey, look, these guys are being, these other stores are being very successful up here. They're being, they've got a lot of business. You got consistent numbers. That looks exciting to us, and you're absolutely right. That becomes very attractive to outsiders looking in. They look at ways that they can come up and invest in the community. And so I really like it that Buy Rio Rancho is trying to get that educational message out there. And then the chamber, Debbie, you're there on the front lines. We get businesses up there. We get them involved in the chamber. The chamber's always great about doing a welcome ribbon cutting and so on. So anything more you want to talk about the chamber membership, anything to that degree?
Well, certainly if they're interested, check us out on our brand new website.
Okay.
Would be great. I also want to just say, if the consumer out there, the residents, want to see who signed up for Shop Small Day on November 28th, is they can go to shopsmall.com and actually look for a listing in our zip codes.
Great. Yeah, you definitely want to go to shopsmall.com. If you're a business, and register at shopsmall.com, get your name in there so that when people go and look and see who's involved in that program, they can see your name there and they can see that you're participating in that. So that's a tremendous opportunity as well. Anything else on that?
Well, I think it's just a commitment that we all have to continue with business and economic development by, as Bill said, to echo those words, is that by shopping locally, by reinvesting our dollars locally, we've started a true cycle of commitment, which is very attractive to other retail, economic, business development people outside of our city limits, is that we take great pride in who we are as a community.
Absolutely. Well, recently in my State of the City address, I talked about some of the job growth that's been going on in Rio Rancho and some of the business development that's been going on, and we're seeing a lot of small businesses popping up over the past few years, whether it's New Mexico Orthopedics, soon to open a Chick-fil-A, which that'll be fun because I'll be participating in the camp out to try to get the the year's worth of free meals there at the Chick-fil-A grand opening. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm not a very good camper, but we're going to see how that works out. You might have to come and rescue me.
Might be interesting.
That's a Facebook op, don't you see?
I can see it now. About 2 in the morning is when we need to.
Right, 2 in the
Yeah.
morning is the mayor out there and his.
We'll be taking all kinds of selfies.
Yeah, at whatever temperature I'll be at that point in time. But we'll be doing that. But then we also see that Taco Cabana has announced that they're coming into the city. Whataburger's come into the city as well on a redevelopment project. And we had a new Walmart neighborhood market come into the community not too long ago. And we're seeing a lot of development and building throughout the community. And so I think both of your organizations are doing a great job of getting that message out there that Rio Rancho is the place to do business. So I want to personally thank each of you for all the efforts that you put in. I know you invest a lot in our community.
Thank you.
And I know Rio Rancho's very grateful for both of you. So thank you for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude another edition of the Mayor Hull Show. And once again, follow me on Facebook if you need to know what's going on. That's Greg Hull, Mayor of Rio Rancho, or follow the city. Go to the new city website, which is rrnm.gov. A nice, short, fast, easy website now to type in and follow their Facebook page as well. Once again, thank you for joining us today for the Mayor Hull